3,000 years ago, an object was built. Not a weapon, not a relic, not a myth. A throne. For a God who warned mankind. Do not touch it. Do not look inside it. Do not come near it without permission. The men who ignored that warning died. Most people have seen the movie, The Golden Box, the melting faces, the wrath of God, but Hollywood only scratched the surface. The real Ark of the Covenant was constructed around 1446 BC, built by a craftsman named Bezalel under direct instructions from God himself, handed to Moses on Mount Sinai. Exodus 25 describes it precisely. An acacia wood chest, 2.5 cubits long, overlaid inside and outside with pure gold. On top, 2 golden cherubim, wings outstretched, facing each other. Between those wings, God said he would dwell. Not symbolically, literally. There I will meet with you, and from the above the mercy seat, I will speak with you. Exodus 25, verse 22. This was not a container for sacred objects, though it held the stone tablets of the 10 Commandments, Aaron's rod, and a jar of manna. This was a portal, a physical meeting point between the infinite and the human, and it was the most terrifying object ever built. The Israelites didn't just carry the Ark, they weaponized it. When the Ark led Israel across the Jordan River, the waters stopped flowing, completely. The whole nation crossed on dry ground. When the Ark circled the walls of Jericho for 7 days, the walls fell flat. When the Philistines captured the Ark after defeating Israel in battle, they thought they'd won. They were wrong. In every city the Ark was taken, Ashdod, Gath, Ekron. A devastating plague broke out, tumors, death, panic. The Philistines kept moving it from city to city, desperate to escape the destruction. After 7 months, they sent it back, on a cart, with a guilt offering, begging Israel to take it. But even returning home, the Ark showed no mercy. At Beth Shemesh, the men looked inside the Ark. God struck down 50,070 of them in a single moment. The survivors cried out, "Who is able to stand before the Lord, this holy God?" Years later, King David, Israel's greatest king, a man after God's own heart, decided to bring the Ark to Jerusalem. It should have been a celebration. It became a funeral. David's men loaded the Ark onto a new cart, pulled by oxen. As they moved, the oxen stumbled. A man named Uzzah reached out, instinctively, to steady the Ark. He never made it home. God struck him down on the spot for his irreverence, and he died there, beside the Ark of God. 2 Samuel chapter 6, verse 7. David was furious. Then David was terrified. "How can the Ark of the Lord come to me?" he asked. The Ark was left at the house of a man named Obed-Edom for 3 months. That household was abundantly blessed. The line between God's curse and God's blessing was razor thin. Solomon eventually built the temple, a permanent home for the Ark in Jerusalem. For centuries, it sat in the Holy of Holies, the innermost room, the place so sacred that only the high priest could enter, once a year. And then, it vanished. In 586 BC, Babylon's king Nebuchadnezzar destroyed Solomon's temple. The Babylonians catalogued everything they took: gold basins, silver bowls, bronze pillars. The Ark of the Covenant is never mentioned. It wasn't taken, it wasn't destroyed, it simply disappeared from the historical record. And the greatest treasure hunt in human history began. Theory 1. The Ark was hidden beneath the Temple Mount, buried by the priests before Babylon arrived, waiting in tunnels that have never been fully excavated. Theory 2. The prophet Jeremiah hid it in a cave on Mount Nebo, in present-day Jordan. The book of 2nd Maccabees records this explicitly, saying Jeremiah was given a divine command to conceal it. Theory 3. It was taken to Ethiopia. The Ethiopian Orthodox Church claims, to this day, that the original Ark rests in a small chapel in Aksum, guarded by a single monk, seen by no outside eyes, ever. Theory 4. It was never lost. Some scholars argue the Ark was taken to Egypt, possibly by Pharaoh Shishak, centuries before Babylon even arrived. 4 theories, 4 locations, and 0 conclusive proof. Some dismiss the Ark as ancient mythology, a story told by a Bronze Age people to explain the unexplainable. But consider this. Multiple ancient cultures, Egyptian, Assyrian, Babylonian, all recorded contact with the Israelites and their God. None of them dismissed it as myth. In 2021, archaeologists excavating in Israel's Timna Valley found new evidence of Exodus-era encampments, pushing scholars to reconsider timelines long treated as impossible. The Temple Mount remains one of the most politically volatile pieces of land on Earth, so politically charged that full excavation has never been permitted. Which means we genuinely don't know what's underneath it, what's in those tunnels, what the priests may have hidden, what is still down there, waiting. Some things are not answered by archaeology, some things are not answered by politics, some questions have been waiting 3,000 years. The Bible says the Ark will appear again. Revelation 11 verse 19 records a moment in the end times. The temple of God in heaven is opened, and inside it, the Ark of His covenant is seen. Whether that is symbolic or literal, no one can say with certainty. But somewhere in the world tonight, under stone, under sand, under centuries of silence, an object may still exist that once split rivers, collapsed walls, and struck down nations. An object that the Creator of the universe called His throne. Some things are not lost. Some things are hidden.